In the serene monasteries nestled among misty mountains, Zen Buddhist monks have quietly perfected a way of eating that extends not just lifespan, but health span. While modern nutrition science zigzags between trends, these monks have maintained consistent dietary practices for centuries, practices now validated by cutting-edge research. Their approach to food isn't just about sustenance. It's a deliberate practice designed to support both physical longevity and spiritual clarity. The monk's diet isn't built on deprivation, but on elevation. Every food choice serves a dual purpose: nourishing the body with anti-inflammatory, longevity-boosting nutrients, while simultaneously sharpening the mind by eliminating dietary distractions that cloud awareness. This isn't about expensive supplements or exotic superfoods. It's about simple, mindful choices woven into daily eating rhythms that synchronize perfectly with our natural biology. What makes this approach so powerful is its holistic nature. Unlike modern diets that focus exclusively on what to eat, the monk's approach considers when to eat, how to eat, and perhaps most importantly, why to eat. Each meal becomes a sacred ritual invoking gratitude and awareness. This mindfulness extends to every aspect of food preparation and consumption, creating a relationship with food that nourishes both body and spirit. Most fascinating is how these ancient practices align with today's scientific discoveries. The intermittent fasting naturally practiced by monks, their emphasis on plant-based foods, and their avoidance of inflammatory ingredients are all now recognized as powerful longevity strategies. What monks intuitively understood centuries ago, modern science is just beginning to confirm. As we explore the monk's approach to eating, we'll discover not just a diet, but a philosophy, one that treats food as medicine, pleasure as secondary to purpose, and eating as an opportunity for mindfulness rather than mindlessness. Their centuries-old wisdom offers us a blueprint for not just living longer, but living better, with greater clarity and vitality throughout our years. The 5 sacred eating principles. Eat like a healer, not like a king. Monks approach their diets with the precision of master chemists. Every food inclusion and exclusion serves a deliberate purpose. Rather than seeking pleasure as the primary goal of eating, monks select foods for their functional benefits. This means choosing ingredients that reduce inflammation, support cellular repair, and promote mental clarity. The monk's plate resembles a pharmacy more than a feast, with each component selected for its medicinal properties rather than merely its taste. Hurahachi-bu, the 80% rule. One of the most powerful practices in the monk's dietary arsenal is eating until just 80% full. This principle, known as harahachi-bu in Okinawan traditions, creates a slight caloric deficit that activates longevity pathways in the body without triggering starvation responses. By stopping before feeling completely full, monks naturally practice caloric restriction, the only intervention consistently shown to extend lifespan across species. This practice also improves digestion and prevents the energy slumps that follow overeating. The 5 colors approach. Monks ensure nutritional completeness through a simple visual method, including 5 colors on their plate at each meal. This isn't just aesthetically pleasing, it's nutritionally strategic. Different colored foods contain different phytonutrients and antioxidants. Green vegetables provide chlorophyll and folate, orange and yellow foods deliver carotenoids, purple foods offer anthocyanins, and white foods contain allicin compounds. By eating across the color spectrum, monks naturally consume a wide range of protective compounds without needing nutritional science degrees. Mindful preparation methods. The way monks prepare food is as important as the ingredients themselves. Traditional preparation methods like fermentation, slow cooking, and proper soaking aren't just cultural traditions, they're techniques that maximize nutrient availability and digestibility. Fermented foods like miso, tempeh, and pickled vegetables enhance gut health by providing beneficial probiotics. These foods aren't just nutritious, they're pre-digested by beneficial microorganisms, making their nutrients more bioavailable and reducing the digestive burden on the body. Eating with purpose and gratitude. Perhaps the most transformative aspect of the monks' approach is how they eat, not just what they eat. Meals are consumed in silence, allowing the parasympathetic nervous system to optimize digestion. This practice increases nutrient absorption efficiency by up to 35%, according to research cited in Gut Journal. Before eating, monks take a moment to express gratitude for their food, recognizing its source and the effort required to bring it to the table. This isn't empty ritual, it's digestive biohacking perfected over centuries, creating a mental state that optimizes the body's relationship with food. The monk's daily meal plan. Morning ritual, gentle awakening. Monks begin their day not with stimulants or heavy foods, but with gentle nourishment that sets the metabolic tone for the day. A typical morning might include a small bowl of rice porridge seasoned with umoshi plum and mineral-rich sea salt, paired with genmai cha, roasted brown rice tea. This combination provides slow, steady energy without the blood sugar spikes and crashes that come from typical Western breakfasts. The alkaline nature of this meal soothes digestion, while the warmth of the tea signals to the nervous system that it's safe and nourished. Midday nourishment. The primary meal. Lunch is typically the largest and most important meal in a monk's day, often consumed before noon. A traditional monk's lunch plate includes several key components working in harmony. Miso soup with wakame seaweed. The Aspergillus oryzae mold in miso produces depicolinic acid, a natural heavy metal detoxifier, while wakame provides fucoxanthin, a compound that boosts fat metabolism. Sesame tofu, goma tofu, made from ground sesame and kudzu root. This delivers lignans that modulate estrogen metabolism, important for preventing age-related cancers. Mountain vegetables, sansai, foraged wild greens, contain compounds like PQQ, pyrroloquinoline quinone, that enhance mitochondrial function and endurance. This meal provides complete nutrition while remaining light enough to prevent the post-lunch energy crash common in Western diets. Evening practice, light and early. Many monks practice a form of intermittent fasting by finishing their last meal well before sunset. If an evening meal is consumed, it's extremely light, perhaps some barley tea with fermented vegetables or a small bowl of clear soup. This practice gives the digestive system ample rest time and aligns eating with our natural circadian rhythms. By concluding food intake by 6 p.m. and not eating again until 8 a.m., monks naturally create a 14-hour fasting window that triggers cellular repair mechanisms and improves metabolic health. Foods monks avoid. Meat. The distraction of desire. Monks avoid meat, not merely for ethical reasons, but because they observe its subtle effects on consciousness. In Zen philosophy, meat is considered stimulating. It increases craving, not just for more food, but for sensory experience in general, making it incompatible with the monk's path of detachment and meditation. Modern research validates this ancient intuition. Meat consumption elevates TMAO, a gut microbiome byproduct linked to arterial plaque formation, and shifts the body into a catabolic state, raising cortisol and pulling energy away from cognitive clarity. Refined sugar. The silent accelerator of aging. Refined sugar is perhaps the most universally avoided substance in monastic traditions. Monks understand that sugar doesn't just affect weight, it fundamentally accelerates cellular aging through glycation, the damaging attachment of sugar molecules to proteins and fats. This process creates advanced glycation end products, AGs, that contribute to tissue stiffening, inflammation, and oxidative stress. Instead of refined sugars, monks satisfy their natural desire for sweetness with whole fruits, sweet vegetables like winter squash, or small amounts of traditional sweeteners like amazuk, fermented rice. Processed foods. The wisdom of whole ingredients. The monk's diet centers around whole, unprocessed foods in their natural state. This isn't just traditionalism, it's recognition that processing strips foods of their nutritional integrity while often adding harmful compounds. Modern ultra-processed foods contain emulsifiers, preservatives, and artificial ingredients that disrupt the gut microbiome and trigger inflammatory responses. By sticking to whole foods, monks naturally avoid these problematic additives while benefiting from the complex synergy of nutrients that exist in foods as nature created them. Final insights. The monk's approach to eating isn't a diet in the conventional sense, it's a philosophy that honors the profound connection between what we eat and who we become. Their practices reveal that longevity isn't achieved through deprivation, but through alignment, bringing our eating patterns into harmony with our biology, our environment, and our deeper purpose. What makes the monk's approach so valuable is its timelessness. While modern nutrition advice constantly shifts, these principles have remained consistent for centuries because they work with our fundamental nature rather than against it. The emphasis on plant-based whole foods, mindful eating, appropriate meal timing, and gratitude creates a foundation for health that transcends trends and fads. Perhaps most importantly, the monk's diet teaches us that how we eat is as important as what we eat. By approaching food with intention and awareness, we transform eating from a mindless activity into a practice that nourishes both body and spirit. This mindfulness naturally leads to better food choices, appropriate portions, and a deeper appreciation for the miracle of nourishment. As we navigate our modern food environment with its abundance and constant availability, the monk's wisdom offers a compass. Their practices remind us that food is medicine, that simplicity often trumps complexity, and that our relationship with eating reflects our relationship with life itself. By adopting even a few of these ancient principles, eating until 80% full, incorporating more plant foods, practicing periodic fasting, or simply eating with greater awareness, we can begin to experience the profound benefits of this time-tested approach. The secret to living 100 food years isn't found in a pill or a particular superfood, it's found in a harmonious relationship with food that honors our biology, supports our vitality, and clarifies our minds. In the monk's bowl lies not just nourishment for the body, but wisdom for living a longer, healthier, and more conscious life.